Repeats. Check your key signature in 3. 1 measure. 1, repeats. Check your key signature. Changes. No repeats. In the key of F concert. 2 bars. 2 bars. 1, 2, 3. She'll start with her towel, parking. Still a couple minutes early. Give you one measure for every shift. One, two. Feeling it. Feeling it. There's a lot of streamers. Looking at her watch, I'm looking at my watch. I'm ready, man. We're good. Here we go. Go. 1 minute, 2 beats. 1, 2, 3.
rise for the presentation of the colors and the singing of the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you, Elizabeth. Good afternoon. On behalf of the university community, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Fall 2025 Graduate Commencement exercises. I want to thank our governing body, the Virginia Tech Board of Visitors, led by John Mockridge. With us today are Justin Limpool, our Faculty Senate representative, Marlena Lester, our Administrative and Professional Faculty representative, and Amber Hagan, our Staff Senate representative. Please join me in recognizing the university's Board of Visitors. Through this ceremony, we recognize your significant achievement and celebrate your talents, skills, and hard work. It's also important to note that these students would not have achieved their goals without the teaching, guidance, and mentorship of Virginia Tech's outstanding faculty. I would now like the faculty to please stand and be recognized. And the supporting cast of family, friends, and community members behind each graduate student also deserves recognition. Would the families please stand if you are able so we can congratulate you as well? Graduate students are important partners in the university's research, teaching, and engagement missions as they earn degrees in Blacksburg at locations across the Commonwealth and online. During the summer and fall semesters, 1,496 students earned advanced degrees and certificates from an offering of 89 master's and 70 doctoral programs in 8 colleges. There are approximately 380 graduates here today. It is now my pleasure to present Virginia Tech's Executive Vice President and Provost, Dr. Cyril Clark.
Thank you. The faculty, deans, and academic administration of Virginia Tech take a great deal of pride in the accomplishments of our students and supporting each of you in your journey to graduation. On behalf of our entire academic community, I congratulate you, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to join you in your celebration of this milestone achievement. As Hokies who carry forward the spirit of Wood Prosum into the next phase of your lives, you have the opportunity, I would even say the responsibility, to use your skills and talents to positively impact our society, both locally and globally, and to advance the welfare of people around the world through education, knowledge, and advocacy. When Hokies combine capacity with compassion, we create a global community of people who can improve the world around us for everyone. When we combine the power of technology with talent, we create access to resources and relationships that bring us closer together. And when we combine education with empathy, we build systems and structures that can feed, clothe, cure, educate, and enlighten communities around the world today and for generations to come. Once again, congratulations on this momentous achievement, and I wish you the best of luck in your future personal and professional endeavors. I would now like to introduce the Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Amy Sopran.
Good afternoon. At this time, I am pleased to present this year's recipient of the Graduate Alumni Achievement Award. The Graduate School and the Alumni Association established the award to recognize graduate alumni who have achieved the highest goals in their fields. I'm delighted to announce that the 2025 recipient of the Graduate Alumni Achievement Award is Thomas DeBoss. Mr. DeBoss is the Managing Director of the U.S. State Department's Office of Global Partnerships. He's a double Hokie, having earned a bachelor's degree in economics and a master's degree in agriculture and applied economics from Virginia Tech. And he's worked in senior and leadership roles within the U.S. Development Finance Corporation, the U.S. Agency for International Development, and the U.S. Department of State since earning his graduate degree. Mr. DeBoss also serves as an adjunct instructor for George Washington University and Virginia Tech, and he's written several articles as well as blog posts for the U.S. Department of State. He's a founder of several nonprofit organizations and programs. Nominators noted that he's an award-winning leader in the field of public-private partnerships and finance. Please join us in congratulating Thomas DeBoss.
Thank you so much. President Sands, Provost Clark, Dean Amy, thank you so much for this great honor. It's surreal for me to stand in front of you here as a graduate of Virginia Tech, but I must first start by acknowledging Dean Pitts, the College of Science, which where my undergrad is from, in the Department of Economics, and then Dr. Norton played a much bigger role than just an academic one. It shaped my life, in the sense of where I am. And so I'm eternally grateful for not just Virginia Tech, but for the Econ department for showing me, the Econ department taught me to love economics. The Econ department gave me a purpose, how to use that to change the world. So I'm immensely grateful to him and the department. Coming here to Blacksburg is homecoming. And those of you who are graduating, you'll feel this feeling in your distant future. But to be recognized by your hometown, not necessarily because I was from Blacksburg, but having spent 6.5 years here, it was home. And a very sweet one, I might add, on that. And so it's very humbling. And Blacksburg, through my career, I've seen the world, but there's no place like Blacksburg. I tell you that. And the other thing is obviously the school has this motto called Ut Prosim, which this I may serve. This is not just a slogan, but it's the DNA of what Virginia Tech is all about. I learned it at the Agicon department. I traveled to Uganda and Bangladesh where I saw what it means to serve. So my public service that I've done for the last 24 years comes from my time here from Blacksburg. The other thing I want to acknowledge is President Sands, thank you in advance for making sure that the drill field continues to be an open space, because the drill field and my ability to go from Pamplin to Hutchinson was a bridge where not only I met the world, but I also played soccer. I played the beautiful game there, and I also met the beautiful world where every walks of life came to that field to play this game. And it also showed me what Virginia Tech was a place of the entire world comes to. The other thing I want to acknowledge, obviously, this is also the town that I fall in love. My wife, who's across from me, Galila, is on the other side. She's also a Hokie from the Pamplin to the business school. Her accomplishment is much bigger than mine. She just didn't go to grad school here. And one day they will acknowledge her, but I want to make sure that I give her flowers, because this acknowledgement is not just mine, it's also hers, because my entire journey from undergrad to here has always been with her. And so I want to say thank you, and I love you, love. And I also want to, the greatest gift she gave me is I have 3 daughters across right that side. 2 of them are in college. I failed for them from not convincing them to come to Virginia Tech. The last one, Bilu, still has 2 more years to go, so I hope that will change. But thank you, I call them my 3G. I'm powered by 3G, my daughters, so thank you so much for that. My last one I want to say is today, believe it or not, is my birthday. I turned 50 today. So what a greatest birthday gift to get, and your 50th birthday. So right now I feel I'm now officially joining the ranks of the elders, or as the young folks call the Unk. And on that, I feel like my ARP card gives me a wisdom to give. So for those of you who are graduating, obviously congratulations. It's an amazing achievement. And for me, it's almost nearly 25 years ago. I was standing here. And there's an awesome song by, hopefully I'm the only one to quote John Legend here, but a song called If You're Out There, that said, the future started yesterday and we're already late. My future started in yesteryear and almost 25 years ago. What I can tell you is that what you've experienced here at Virginia Tech, the education you've gotten, the people you've met, your future has already begun. It's not something you're going to pursue, it's already here with you. I can guarantee you that. The return on my investment, that the undergrad and grad years that I spent is all given to me, not 10x, but 100x. It's more than what I can count on. So your future is very bright. You're going to need shades. I can tell you that. I've come from that future to tell you that. And so on that note, congratulations. And I am so happy for you, and I'm happy to be here among these amazing peers. On that note, thank you.
Thank you, Thomas, and happy birthday. And to Thomas's family, if you want to do a graduate degree, we've got plenty of them. So just come see me after, all right? All right, so this fall, we have invited 2 graduate students to share some comments about their experiences. Modeled after the Nutshell Games hosted by the Virginia Tech Center for Communicating Science, each student will share a story in 90 seconds. I know you will enjoy their reflections. Whitley Johnson, who's receiving her doctoral degree in higher education, is our first speaker. And Whitley will be followed by Benita Saha, who is receiving a PhD in macromolecular science and engineering. Whitley.
Good afternoon, everyone. Pursuing a PhD can be described in a variety of ways: rough, nonlinear, inspiring, a roller coaster. There are genius moments and others that make you feel sick. But the defining moment for me came before my proposal defense. Being able to take, at that time, a 104-page document, my first 3 chapters, and explain it to my grandmother in a way that she could understand. My conversation with her validated me as a scholar and encouraged me to keep going. My maternal grandmother is 80 years old, my last remaining grandparent, and here with us today, was born to Virginia sharecroppers, and as a high school junior, had to leave school and take care of her mother, who became sick, and help work their land alongside her father. None of my grandparents were able to attend college, so my parents were first-generation college students at Virginia State University, forging a path for my brother and I to later follow. Through every tear, every challenge, every celebratory milestone, like becoming a 2025 Edward A. Boucher Honor Society member, I remembered their sacrifices and my own. Earning this degree is a testament to their prayers for generations of our family to succeed. As I stand here today, my heart is full that their prayers and God's design would lead me to become a devastating diva from Petersburg, Virginia, a 3-time Hokie, and the first on either side of my family to earn a PhD. Thank you.
Today, I'm thinking of another December from 7 years ago. I was meeting an old friend from high school. He said, "I go to Virginia Tech in Blacksburg. It's beautiful. You should move here." I got curious and visited this town. I soon returned, excited to start my PhD. This was in 2019, just before the world shut down. Labs went quiet, and training with seniors side by side was not an option. I started to teach myself by reading, practicing, and failing a lot. Doing research seemed pointless at that time, but I still showed up every day, and soon things started to make sense. That is when I realized graduate school is not about getting everything right. It is about learning how to start again repeatedly. I learned to ask the right questions to improve my science, and the same instincts helped me ask better questions of my family, my friendships, myself, and I learned that iteration can not only refine experiments, but also repair relationships. I moved here alone with 3 suitcases. Today, I stand here with a dissertation, lifelong mentors, lovely friends, and bragging rights to be a Hokie. And in 10 days, I will marry the boy who said I should move to Blacksburg. To anyone on this hard but hopeful path, keep showing up because the becoming is worth it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Benita and Whitley. Good afternoon, graduates, families, friends, faculty, and esteemed guests. It's truly a privilege to stand here with you today and to celebrate this milestone with you. First and foremost, I'd like to offer my heartfelt congratulations to all of the students who have successfully fulfilled the requirements for a graduate degree here at Virginia Tech. Today is a culmination of years of dedication, perseverance, and intellectual curiosity. Many of you have won fellowships or scholarships, received awards and accolades, and earned special recognitions through your programs. You have also served this university and community in countless meaningful ways, leaving a legacy of excellence and service. Please join me in a well-deserved round of applause for all of our outstanding graduates. As I stand here, my first thought is you made it. You navigated through hardship, weathered sorrow, and overcame countless challenges. Yet despite these obstacles, you not only survived, but thrived. You reached the highest level of academic and personal excellence. I'm in awe of your strength, your resilience, and your determination. Earning a graduate degree is both an extraordinary and rare accomplishment. It's a journey that demands an unparalleled combination of intellectual aptitude, diligence, resilience, and support from others. Now that you've reached this pinnacle, I encourage you to take a moment, pause, reflect, and take pride in all the hard work and dedication it took to arrive here. Your achievements matter. They're significant not only to you, but also to your mentors, supervisors, families, friends, and everyone who supported you along the way. You have made us proud. As you begin the next chapter of your journey, I'd like to give you just a small piece of advice. Determine what's most important in your life and strive to keep that in the forefront of everything you do. It may be your family, your friends, or a driving passion, whether it's exploring the cosmos, writing a novel, or pursuing a personal goal like running a marathon. Remember, these priorities may evolve over time, so take the time to regularly reflect and ensure that you're staying true to what matters to you. Seek advice from those who you trust and admire, but always make those decisions that align with your own values and happiness. This is your life to live, and you must live it authentically and fully for yourself. As we look to the future, it's natural to feel both anticipation and concern. Yet, I have immense faith in you. I believe in your resilience, your sense of justice, and your ability to make meaningful contributions to a more equitable, inclusive, and compassionate world. The knowledge and skills you've gained here will be invaluable as you navigate the challenges ahead and work to shape a brighter future for us all. Be well, be happy, be proud. You have achieved something extraordinary. Thank you for all that you've taught me and for the inspiration you provide to us all. Congratulations, class of 2025.
We will now begin the conferral of doctoral degrees. A very old and special tradition in academia accompanies their presentation. The doctoral candidate and a student's major advisor who walk together to the stage, where the advisor places the hood over the head of the graduate. By hooding the graduate, the faculty member symbolically welcomes the graduate as a professional colleague, and this professional relationship and friendship often continues throughout the graduates' and the mentors' lives.
You started a little ahead of time, Catherine. Will all the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Education degrees please rise? President Sands, I have the honor to present the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Education degrees.
With the power vested in me by the Board of Visitors and the Commonwealth of Virginia, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Education degrees to which you are entitled with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please be seated. Will the marshals please escort the candidates for the doctoral degrees and their major professors to the stage for the hooding ceremony. Dr. Joe Marola will now read the names of the doctoral recipients and the hooding professors.
Receiving the Doctor of Philosophy from the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences in Agriculture and Extension Education, Bulonle Oyindamalo Adebayo, hooded by Professor Hannah Sunderman. Lonnie L. Johnson, Jr., hooded by Professor Eric Kaufman. Israel Olamide Oyedare, hooded by Professor Eric Kaufman. In Animal and Poultry Sciences, Jocelyn Sandra Bodmer, hooded by Professor David Gerard. Mary Allington Oliver, hooded by Professor Alan Ely. Gustavo Pimenta Schettini, hooded by Professor Fernando Biase. Alicia Hawley Talmadge, hooded by Professor Emma Helm. Ravi Yadav, hooded by Professor Samer El-Kadi. Kon Ning Yen, hooded by Professor David Gerard. In Animal Sciences, Dairy, Haley Rosalia Galion, hooded by Professor Gonzalo Ferreira. In Food Science and Technology, Abdullah Saud Al-Wahimed, hooded by Professor Joseph Eifert. In Horticulture, Amolpreet Kaur Saini, hooded by Professor Sharif Sharif. In Human Nutrition, Foods, and Exercise, Aubrey Leah Johnson, hooded by Professor Kevin Davey. Orion Willoughby, hooded by Professor Joshua Drake. From the Pamplin College of Business, in Business Marketing, Bin Chin Lee, hooded by Professor Shane Wong. From the College of Engineering and Aerospace Engineering, Virginia Grace Smith, hooded by Professors Kevin Schroeder and Jonathan Black. Surabhi Srivastava, hooded by Professors Stefano Brizolara and Pat Artis. Patrick James Thomas, hooded by Professors Kevin Schroeder and Jonathan Black. In Biological Systems Engineering, Binyam Workaya Asflau, hooded by Professor Zachary Easton. Juanji Bian, hooded by Professor Mike Zhang. Suman Budathoki, hooded by Professor Julie Shortridge. Sarah Price, hooded by Professor Leanne Chromatis. Elizabeth Mary Pryor, hooded by Professor Colley Hessian. In biomedical engineering, Georgina Bramwell Flynn Smith, hooded by Professor Vincent Wong. Allison Julianne Nelson, hooded by Professor Pamela Vandevoorde. Gavin Alexander Vess, hooded by Professor Shudit Vijayan. Amira Dani Wright, hooded by Professor Pamela Vandevoorde. In chemical engineering, Eamon Yao, hooded by Professor Michael Bortner. In civil engineering, Abdurrahman Munter Al-Sardi, hooded by Professor Russell Green. Avinash Aruan, hooded by Professor Trip Sheely. Samuel Olenrawaju Daramola, hooded by Professor David Munoz. Megan Stephanie Harris, hooded by Professor Mark Edwards. Frank Anthony Mazzola, hooded by Professor Mark Edwards. Nishat Naila Magna, hooded by Professor Bill Huckle. Angelo Moreche, hooded by Professor Gerardo Flinch. Vishwa Satish Bharai Shah, hooded by Professor Mark Edwards. Hannah Marie Bolgren Storr, hooded by Professor Amy Pruden. Anmol Vishwakarma, hooded by Professor Sunil Sinha. In computer engineering, Alok Kumar Singh, hooded by Professor Ryan Gerdis. In computer science and applications, Emadeldin Abbas Mazid Abdrabu, hooded by Professor Scott Midkiff. Sifat Mohammed Abdullah, hooded by Professor Bimal Viswanath. Mohammed Ishtaq Ashik Khan, hooded by Professor T.J. Chung. Osama Bajaber, hooded by Professor Bo Ji. Jacqueline Elise Bruin, hooded by Professor Myung-Hoon Jun. Nikita Donikal Trandashekar, hooded by Professor Dennis Grachanin. Waris Gill, hooded by Professor Mohammed Gulzar. Jesse McGuire Harden, hooded by Professor Chris North. Mohammed Mahir Asef Kabir, hooded by Professor Na Meng. Wei Tung Lee, hooded by Professor Tae Jung Chung. Amarachi Blessing Madhu, hooded by Professor T.M. Murali. Tanmoy Shorkar Piash, hooded by Professor T.M. Murali. Ibrahim Asadullah Tamid, hooded by Professors Doug Bowman and Chris North. Nure Tasnina, hooded by Professor T.M. Murali. Xin Wang, hooded by Professor Shun Zhang. Han Jun Yoon, hooded by Professor Bo Ji. In electrical engineering, Cho Wei Zhang, hooded by Professor Rolando Burgos. Jeffrey Davis Early, hooded by Professor Gabriel Isaacman Van Wetz. Lee Gill, hooded by Professor Virgilio Centeno. Matthias Spieler, hooded by Professor Rolando Burgos. Joseph Gabriel Thomas, hooded by Professor Yizhang Zhu. Yi J. Zhou, hooded by Professor Virgilio Centeno. In engineering education, Carol Pauline Geary, hooded by Professor Holly Matusevich. Stephen Eric Moyer, hooded by Professor David Knight. Amanda Catherine Ross, hooded by Professor Andrew Katz. In engineering mechanics, Orioluwa Adekolade Alabi, hooded by Professor Bill Huckle. Joshua Nicholas Hullum, hooded by Professor Nicole Abaid. In industrial and systems engineering, Shi Yu Deng, hooded by Professor Nathan Lau. Xiang Wen Singh, hooded by Professor Nathan Lau. Eda Kwamboka Maruti, hooded by Professor Eileen Van Aken. Anirudh Ramhari Moore, hooded by Professor Nathan Lau. Anne Ogechi Osi, hooded by Professor Eileen Van Aken. In materials science and engineering, John William Will III, hooded by Professor Chris Williams. In mechanical engineering, Chan Hong Lee, hooded by Professor Michael Bartlett. Joshua Michael Legrand, hooded by Professor Umar Barry. Isaac James Pressgrove, hooded by Professor Alexander Leonessa. In mining engineering, Nestor Alejandro Santacano, hooded by Professor Emily Sarver. From the College of Liberal Arts and Human Sciences, in curriculum and instruction, Mark Ellen Hainsworth, hooded by Professor John Wells. Elizabeth Amy Paddock Larson, hooded by Professor John Wells. In educational leadership and policy studies, Shannon Marie Rourke, hooded by Professors Carol Cash and Jody Brinkman. In higher education, Whitley Monet Johnson, hooded by Professor Sharika Adams. In human development, Maham Khan, hooded by Professor Laura Sands. In planning, governance, and globalization, Norhan Tariq Ahmed Abdelgawad, hooded by Professor Todd Schenk. Benjamin Bryant Grove, hooded by Professor Mac Stevenson. Victoria Heimel, hooded by Professor Todd Schenk. Janet Lee, hooded by Professor Yang Zhang. Shruti Rajesh Punjabi, hooded by Professor Todd Schenk. In science and technology studies, Michael John Meindl, hooded by Professor Matthew Wisnowski. In social, political, ethical, and cultural thought, Robert Hodges, hooded by Professor Yanis Stivaktis. From the College of Natural Resources and Environment, in Fisheries and Wildlife, Michaela Nicole Call, hooded by Professor Sarah Carpanti. Iman Yagana Pakzad, hooded by Professor Sarah Carpanti. In forest products, Se-Hwan Kim, hooded by Professor Laszlo Horvath. In forestry, Jennifer Marie Weber, hooded by Professor Adam Coates. From the College of Science, in Biological Sciences, Evan Littleton, hooded by Professors Shihoko Kojima and Brenda Winkle. In chemistry, Aaron Jackson, hooded by Professor Robert Moore. Jose Madriaga, hooded by Professor Daniel Crawford. Ayoyinka Oluwaseun Okedigba, hooded by Professor Daniel Capilouto. Samuel Ryan Powell, hooded by Professor Edward Valeev. Anika Tabassum Promi, hooded by Professor Marc Michel. In geosciences, Molly Catherine Stroud, hooded by Professor Madeline Schreiber. In mathematics, Linus Baliki, hooded by Professor Serkan Gugercin. Sean Joseph Reiter, hooded by Professors Serkan Gugercin and Mark Embry. In psychology, Vanessa Paula Diaz Benitez, hooded by Professor Martha Bell. Funja Adanike Dosumo, hooded by Professor Charles Calderwood. From the Virginia Maryland College of Veterinary Science, in biomedical and veterinary sciences, Chelsea Neves Cheragino, hooded by Professor James Wager Lucarelli. Brittany Heath, hooded by Professor Kylene Kane Hall. Kaylee Diana Petraccioni, hooded by Professor Kylene Kane Hall. Receiving interdisciplinary doctoral degrees, in individual interdisciplinary PhD, Mackenzie Shannon Rose, hooded by Professor Marcus Johnson. Sarah Helen Svensson, hooded by Professor Jennifer Russell. Michelle Marie Yancey, hooded by Professors Carrie Redican and Bill Huckle. In macromolecular science and engineering, Daniel Elves Hines, hooded by Professors Michael Bortner and Christopher Williams. Benita Saha, hooded by Professor Michael Bortner. Glenn Allen Spearing, hooded by Professor Robert Moore. Jeffrey Eric Thompson, hooded by Professor Kevin Edgar. In translational biology, medicine, and health, Samantha Ann Howardson, accompanied by an assistant, hooded by Professor Jennifer Munson. Noor Tasnim, hooded by Professor Julia Basso. Receiving the Doctor of Education from the College of Liberal Arts and Human Sciences in Curriculum and Instruction, Angela Dawn Sanders Morris, hooded by Professor John Wells. In Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, Jennifer Whitlow Cole, hooded by Professors Carol Cash and Jody Brinkman. Alan Rachel Glazer, hooded by Professors Carol Cash and Jody Brinkman. Crystal Nicole Lowe, hooded by Professors Carol Cash and Jody Brinkman. Will Adrian Melby, hooded by Professors Carol Cash and Jody Brinkman. Leslie Velez, hooded by Professor Charles Lowry. In entomology, Micah Carly Pagani, hooded by Professor Thomas Kuhar. In chemistry, Matthew Williams, hooded by Professor Michael Schultz. In agricultural and extension education, Harry Martin, hooded by Professor Eric Kaufman. In engineering mechanics, Amanda Hashimoto, hooded by Professor Nicole Abaid. I.D. Ung, hooded by Professor Nicole Abaid. In aerospace engineering, Aitia Narkede, hooded by Professor Kevin Wong. In biochemistry, Sadman Ahmad, hooded by Professor Rich Helm. In educational leadership and policy studies, Antoine London, hooded by Professor Charles Lowry. Sharon London, hooded by Professor Charles Lowry. In computer science and applications, Fatima Olataibi, hooded by Professor Daiwei Zhu. And in physics, Axel Campos Benitez, hooded by Professor Bill Huckle.
Congratulations! Will all the candidates for master's degrees please rise? President Sands, I have the honor to present the candidates for master's degrees.
With the power vested in me by the Board of Visitors and the Commonwealth of Virginia, and upon recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the master's degrees to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please be seated. Will the marshals please escort the candidates for the master's degrees to the stage? At this time, Dr. Merola will read the names of the master's degree recipients.
Christopher Andrew Cox. Miranda Krista Ramos. Julia Cadman. Benjamin. Ariane Arib Alam. Kimberly Marie Collins. Lindsay Meyer Wiltshire. Heather Cox. Naya M. Griles. Kaylee Rose Weinbarger. Stephen Andrew Miller. Richard Garland Griffin. Reese Jones. Matthew Nicholas Rose. Carissa Bryn Boston. Kylie Howard. Daniel Montoya. Jonathan Wist. Gerald Bedger. Zachary Zintak. Jonathan Eugene Ames. David Jerome Ames. Olivia Barbara Powell. Lindsay Leigh Jacobs. Cameron Funk. Jean-Luc Deroux. William Caulfield. Laurent Goldman. Cole Pusel. Sai Pupala. Anna Soika. Blake Hewitt. Quinn Anderson. Rohan Patel. Joshua Hopkins. What's her name? Isabella Jorena. Witten Clough. Spring Vasey. Grace Catherine Keith Jenny with Laramie. Emily Swigert. Dara Patel. Sai Manoj Dintakurti. David Medina. Brinda Valaboju. Julian Varela Gaitan. Mert Iber. Amy Venos. Tyler Patterson. Jesse Addy. Samil Dilara Bag. Christian Wagner, Connor Paget, Charlie Van Horn, Kishore Vijkumar, Austin Minnick, Curran Christensen, Adam Lohoir, Willis Angle, Albert Meyer, George Haug, Gustavo Arauz, Ranger McKinney, Maria Lucia Ramirez, it's the same name, Anosha Fatima, C.C. Liu, Ryan Kane, Mohammed Rashid, Taufik Daryanto, Utkarsh Mohan, Sebastian Aparicio, Nan Huang, Nora Al-Wisali, Fariha Haiduri, Manu Nalamati, Michaela Crawford, Williams Akyemfori, Edmund Lauer Amanur, Sarah Ray, Caleb Harmon, Brantley Bissett, Heather McFryer, Christian Strauff, Nitai Mfofi, Julia Nappi, Anissa Bullock, Brandon Espinosa, Giacomo Conde, Shoaib Firoz Chima, Divya Polavarapu, Ramsey Yunus, Francis Obeng, Somaya Abdelmagid, Hiral Rajendrakumar Makwana, Niharika Adhikari, Joshua Denu, Sachit Tripathi, Arti Kulal, Chloe Reif, Amelia Simmons, Andrea Mead, Blessing Noir, Melissa Abenilia, Daniel Sam Binu, Pranav Ramkumar, Luan Adegarwi Hayeli. James Acey. Shapat Tandon. Nishant Awasthi. Gopal Panjini. Swastika Paudel. Ajay Panti. Indralal Subedi. Brandon Lau. Fuad Al-Mahmoud. Minza Hassan. Mohammed Shahidul Haq. Amindita Datta. Layla Scott. Ryan Buhal. Seferina Olivo. Casey Hollis. Kathy Hager. Justin Lowe. Lori Trawinski. Erica Allen. Alana Kellner. Francesca Sokoto. Mary Grace Larson. Maya Cuddle. Jenna Bevel. Joshua Atakumi. Tanya Dinesh. Hannah Blaha. Devkumar Arunkumar Ota. Tu Min Nguyen. Timothy Garcia. Thomas Robertson. Jana Kasiva. Gilad Ophir. Sean Patrick Quigley. Jiao Jia. Frankie Nicole Scott. Nina Bowman. Daniel McGee. Evan John Waranowski. Rachel Esslinger. Nicole Dorn. Sam Brooks. Dario Samuel Tarifa Campero. Christy LaPenta. Stephen Hamilton. Zane Metz. Nicholas Merton. Katie Rasek. Lucy Hackemer. Julie Walsh. Elijah Paul Brinsky. Jacob Lynch. Marina Eichenberger. Claire Nicole Burton. Laurel Romano. Laura Oganda Rodriguez. Griffin Armstrong. Montasir Wahed. Lindsay Johnson. Hannah Garbett. Ryan Holgerson. Prema Nandi. Zangar Smith. Andres Aguilar Martinez. Christian Gomez Guevara. Haley Van Vors. Mohammed Atubazaman. Mohammed Dolotuzaman Zames. Surafael Anshebo. Ludwig Kempf. Ahmad Faraz Khan. Sabat Harun. Saham Kulkani. Enid Chamaka Adigu. Natalie Russell. Rebecca Gusinats. Aaron Pichel. Paula Jaramillo. Jack Vasquez. Michael McGinn. Megan Marsh. Mohammed Kamara. Jen Zhang. Abid Hanan. Abrir Mahir. N. Lin. Rebecca Ann Ramirez. Josh Hyun Park. Nishal Sigdal. Sugam Shrestha. Shamin Chen. Harshavardhan Patil. Rahul Satoskar.
Please join with me in offering our congratulations to all of the graduates. Justin Lemkuhl, President of the Faculty Senate, now will offer a message to our graduates.
Good afternoon, and congratulations. I have the privilege today of offering my congratulations on behalf of the faculty of Virginia Tech. You have all achieved something remarkable, a graduate degree, and that is a feat that you should celebrate as an outcome of your dedication, perseverance, and commitment to academic excellence. Today marks an important point in your lives. a recognition of your accomplishment, but also the start of a new journey. Today does not define who you are, nor do the past few years spent studying and working. You are defined by what you do next. A graduate degree is not merely a completion of a curriculum. It is an invitation to innovate, to challenge, and to change the world. Put simply, it is now your turn to show the world what it means to be a Hokie. We are guided by a mission to serve, an expectation of exemplary and ethical scholarship, and a commitment to teaching others and improving their lives. I hope that you will take this lesson forward with you. As you have undoubtedly learned over the course of your graduate studies, the things that you thought would be easy weren't. The path that you thought you would take was not as linear as you expected. The same can be said for your life from here on. The world is an uncertain place, especially today. But within uncertainty lies opportunity. Embrace the possibility of making a difference, finding something about which you're passionate, and delivering on the promise of your experiences and education to date. I hope that your time at Virginia Tech has been fulfilling. For your faculty mentors, it certainly has been. I can tell you that one of the greatest joys that my colleagues and I have is seeing our students connect ideas and push forward the bounds of knowledge. You are all a testament to that effort, and we are deeply proud of you. Now, go and make the world proud, and we can't wait to see what you do. Congratulations.
Thank you, Justin. Matt Cook, a board member of the Virginia Tech Alumni Association, will now welcome our graduates into the alumni community.
Thank you, Dean. Class of 2025, on behalf of the Virginia Tech Alumni Association, I am thrilled to welcome you as the newest alumni. Today, you join a spirited community of more than 300,000 Hokies, spanning from Blacksburg to every corner of the globe. Our community is large, but we share a common bond, grounded in ut prosum, that I may serve. Along with all our alumni, I'm excited to see what you'll accomplish next, and I'm confident that your education and experiences have prepared you for whatever lies ahead. Also, we're thankful to all the family and friends and loved ones who came to support you all today to celebrate your accomplishments and also supported you along this journey. Now, as alumni, your relationship with Virginia Tech does not end, it evolves. I encourage you to stay engaged with the university in a way that's meaningful to you. That could mean showing up at an alumni watch party to continue rooting on the Hokies, supporting current students, staying connected with your college and your departments. Also, for those who support and are involved in our inclusive communities, continuing to support and be a guide to the students that come behind you. Whether you're returning home or starting fresh in a new town after graduation, your local alumni chapter is your front door to Hokie Nation. I encourage you to look them up upon graduation and stay connected to what's happening in Blacksburg, updates from campus. They offer volunteer and networking opportunities, as well as a community who understands what it's like here in Blacksburg. On behalf of Hokies everywhere and the proud faculty and staff of Virginia Tech, congratulations and go Hokies.
Thank you, Matt. A special thanks to Dr. Marola as reader of names, to the faculty ushers and marshals, to Elizabeth Wint and Dr. Jay Crone and the members of the Virginia Tech Brass Ensemble for their part in this afternoon's ceremony. Now, please stand until the stage party has recessed. With the recessional, our ceremony will be concluded. Thank you for joining us and have a safe trip home, and congratulations again to our graduates and their families and friends.
Should I leave the music here? Yes, leave it.